Ciao everyone, Roberto Marotta. I'm the chef and owner at Dova and Ardo restaurant. Today we are at Dova restaurant and I'm here to show you a classic of a Sicilian cuisine called broccoli riminati. Here we have the ingredient. I want to just take a minute to say thank you for the opportunity to film this video, and I want to send a little message to all my colleagues and the industry out there. Everybody's been very, strong and positive, and I think we're gonna be over soon. So keep it tight. So the recipe that we're doing today, it's a Sicilian classic, of broccoli riminati. We have our fresh bucatini that we decided to do here, fresh in house, using two flour, one Canadian, one Sicilian. You guys at home can also use any kind of bucatini you can find in a food store. We have golden raisin, saffron, and some roast pine nuts. Here we have something unique today. This is come from the family of the cauliflower. It's called Romanesco. The traditional recipe usually asks for a green cauliflower. Sometimes not easy to find here in Canada, so I use something that is very similar and also looks super nice. You guys can see. Here we have some breadcrumb. It's been a little bit toasted in the oven, and we had some parsley, chili, and a little bit of pecorino. We have some salted anchovies from Sicily. Then we're gonna fillet, and we're gonna use it later on in our recipe. Pecorino Siciliano. Please don't use any pecorino romano because it's very different than this. And we have a shallots that we're gonna chop super fine, how you can see in the plate. Okay, we're gonna cook our recipe. So we have some water boiling. Make sure you put enough salt. I like to have a reference for the water. The water is supposed to taste like the ocean back home, but I will say 15 grams of salt every 4 liters of water. Here we have our Romanesco that we chop in small quarter. We're gonna chop the not water, and we'll let it cook until soft. Now it's time to drop our pasta, our bucatini. Okay, our pasta is ready. Use a little bit of the water. You can see cauliflower kind of become a little bit more creamier. I'm very excited with the consistency and the bite. The mix of Italian, mix of Sicilian and Canadian semolina give us a very great final product. We're almost ready to plate. What we're gonna do, we're gonna add a little bit of the grated pecorino from Sicily we grated before. Toss it again. Let it come all together. We're gonna add some pine nuts that we tossed them before. And we're gonna add the remaining of the cauliflower we are ready to plate. I'm gonna go plating. Here we are ready to plate. If you guys, pretty sure everybody have some tongue, not necessarily this thin one at home. And make sure your plate is warm. It's always nice to, you know, put a warm pasta on a little bit warm plate. Just keep the plate a few minutes in the oven, and that will be the best way. Here we're gonna finish garnish with this, the remaining. Now finish it. We have two final touch, actually three. You're gonna put a little bit more pine nuts if you like on top. And we have two options. We're gonna use the pecorino if you just guys like only cheese. So we're gonna grate some fresh Sicilian pecorino on top, like that. And you can add a little bit of the breadcrumb to give it some crunchiness. And don't forget to use a great, possibly Sicilian extra virgin olive oil to finish your plate. There we go. Broccoli riminata, a Sicilian classic.